this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. Now, this is a bonsai video that's going on the Orchid Channel, and there's a reason for that. Having scoured the bonsai channels, they don't do unwrapping videos and unboxing videos. I don't know why, but I just couldn't find any. So it's obviously not something that's done. Whereas I know on the Orchid channels, everybody loves an unwrapping video. You know, it's the sort of, what's in there? What's he got now? Sort of thing. Okay, these are trees and they hopefully will be future bonsai. It's still an unwrapping video, so. And I'll take the opportunity that, obviously the link to the bonsai channel is in all the descriptions. It's there if you want to sort of wander across. But the last bonsai video I actually did might be of more interest than some of the ones I do, because it's actually like a spotlight on all of my trees, not including these obviously. So it just shows each of my bonsai trees set up here with the turntable, quick chat about them, what their plans are and everything. So you get to see all of them in one video. Right, let's see what we got in the package then. Now these I've been after, these are bought online again. What I'm after is a nursery that I can buy from online that still gives me reasonable trees. Now the last nursery was not that. The trees were not reasonable. In some cases might not even live. And I don't want that sort of thing. Now straight away I've got green. Well, we didn't have that on the last one, did we? What we had was stuff going brown. Now these are cell grown, which means they are in a unit with some media, which gives them a lot more chance to survive postage, being wrapped up and all that sort of stuff. A cell doesn't necessarily mean a pot, it just means a container. And in this case it looks like it's, what do you call it, just polythene wraps. Oh, the tips of the trees were in that bit, quite badly squashed. So the tops of the trees are a bit squashed. Quite badly squashed actually. Anyway, we'll see what happens. They've got plenty of side branches, I can see that already. And considering the last lot, when I opened them, there was an air of total disappointment. With these, so far, I'm relatively pleased. Now what we've got in here, make too much mess, are 5 Blackthorn. Now Blackthorn in the UK is a hedgerow plant, you could call it. You don't normally find it in woodlands. It normally grows on the edges of woodlands and along roadsides and places like that. It can be quite invasive because it suckers. So you literally get little plants sprouting up off the roots as the tree roots spread out. It's thorny, and basically the fruit of blackthorn is sloes, from which you make sloe gin, if you've ever heard of that. Not S-L-O-W, sloe gin. And why I wanted some blackthorn is it has lovely white blossom, and the sticks in the spring, the light that you get in the spring and the twigs look black, hence its name Blackthorn. They always look dark, and because you get quite a few showers at that time of year, when they're wet they are almost black. And then against that you get pure white blossom, and it's quite stunning. And the blossom comes quite a bit before the leaves. It's the first, along with the early cherry blossom that blossoms on, you know, bare twigs. So we've got 5 of these, and the idea of, that's a cell, yeah, so a root ball that was wrapped in something that now isn't, that's dropping its dirt all over the place. Now these are sticks. They're far too tall for what I want, but they do have little side branches lower down, and that's all I need. So I can cut this. Oh, hang on, that's my phone. I'll be back. Right, I broke off nearly an hour ago. I can't for the life of me remember where I got to. Well, the fact that I picked one of these up and the others are still in here, I presume we just started looking at them. So there are 5 Blackthorn. Let me just take that off. Prunus spinosa. So it says, let me just get that tag right off. Unsightly if nothing else, and it's holding 2 together, so we don't need that. So these are young trees, probably 2, maybe 3 years old. They do have side branches starting to quite a low point, so this is good. Yeah, hopefully they're all in that sort of state. See, now this one hasn't got any low branches. The other 2 did have. This one, however, has got very low branches, and they're actually substantial, so that's a good one. For bonsai purposes, you need some low branches. You don't need a long stick with everything at the top. And that's 4, and I've still got 2 to go. I paid for 5, it looks like I've got 6. That's nice of them. This one again, good stuff. These are not bone dry, they're mildly moist, very slightly damp. Very slightly damp. They've all got roots, and they've all got active roots, so they're all okay, they will live. And then this is a little disappointing. This is the Juniper. Now I didn't know what I was going to get. I didn't know whether I would get a stick or a bush. I've got a combination of the 2. So this is Juniper communis, so a common juniper, found in the wild in the UK, mainly on chalk downlands, but is becoming incredibly rare because I think people keep digging them up and turning them into bonsai. Because the habitat's got less and less for a start. So this is a tiny little juniper to grow on, but again, it has some low branches. It has some branches near the base. So all of these, this is going to go in a pot, a reasonable sized pot, and just be allowed to grow. So I won't be doing anything with that. In fact, the only thing I will do with that is pinch that tip. That's the growing tip. And then we'll see what it does. So just grow it on. So as far as a bonsai is concerned, that's probably a minimum of 5 years away from even looking remotely like a bonsai. So that's that one. These are going to be turned into a bonsai forest. So they're all going to go in the same pot. You know, different positions and different heights, possibly with a little pathway through the middle, which you do lots of moss around the trees that looks like forest bedding, and then you do like the stuff that I dress the top of the pot with to keep the slugs and that off. Just put a little pathway through the middle to give it some depth. So I'm going to have a go at doing a forest, and then when that comes in to blossom in the spring, that should look pretty good. So those are the plans, outline plans, that's all, and we'll go from there. But as I said, I'm a little disappointed with that. The juniper is supposed to be 15 to 30 centimetres. It's 15 centimetres if you include the root ball, but otherwise it's not, so that's quite tiny. But you've got a hell of a job to buy junipers in this country now. You just can't get them. I mean, they're a protected species in the wild now because they're becoming rare, and the nurseries just don't seem to have them. And yet they'll strike from cuttings as easy as anything, you know. So anyway, that's what I've got, and those are the plans, and the work, turning those into a little forest, I can do any time, but again, what I'd like to do is get these in a shallowish pot to try and get the roots to start to spread out, because at the moment the roots are vertical, and obviously for bonsai purposes I need these to spread out. But to do that, they've got to be allowed to grow away from the cell, so they need to go in a bigger pot to be allowed, for those roots to be allowed to expand and fill the pot. Then the bottom of the root ball can be cut off, and then you've got a flat root ball ready to go in a bonsai pot. But that's a little way off. What I will do with these when I do get them in a pot is I will shorten them so that all the energy goes into the side shoots. So we'll do that. Apart from that, it's just a matter of potting these up and getting the roots to grow and getting some growth and some side branches and everything on the Blackthorn, and then we'll see what we go. I don't know how mature a Blackthorn has to be to produce blossom, but I think they need to be quite a few years old before they come into blossoming size, blooming size basically. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure I can look that up. So there we go, an unwrapping with some live trees this time as opposed to last time, which wasn't very successful. So because these are cell grown, I would gladly use this nursery again. I ordered them on Sunday. They were posted first thing Monday with a courier service. They got here today, Tuesday, and they got here today, Tuesday morning. So I would gladly use them again if the need occurs. See you next time. Thanks for dropping by.